All right, we're live and we are on Twitch right now. We are not in Kinsey's account yet. This is my account. Let's see. What do we have yet to do? Quest for today. Daily is done. Campaign. Faction Wars. I still need to do Faction Wars. And I think it's because I held off because of the orcs. But how many multi-battles do I have? 90. Shit, I can do that while I drive. Set that up on auto and run. And that's it. That's what we need for today. I've already finished. What did I finish? Dragon's done. Dragon's complete. Champion training. I'm at 28. I need to take it to 51. Probably go to 6,200. That's I'm still working on. I'm waiting until artifact enhancement unlocks, but I had 20 mil this morning. Waterboy hat, welcome. I had 20 mil this morning in silver and used it to build a second. I built a second hermit, so now I have 2 old hermits at 60. And the reason for that is I'm trying to finish out Faction Wars, and it felt like that was the way to go, was to do that. All right, so let's take a look. Am I pulling shards? I was going to today. I don't know if I have enough time or not, but let me set up and check out if we can do this. I'm going to get into Kinsey's account and then change it over from mine. We're in. Okay, Kinsey, let's go. Don't touch your shards. I'm touching my own shards. I'll let you touch your own shards. Where is... Oh, there it is. Still loading. I like the sound for the Emmy Martinez, but the sticker's way too small. I need to adjust the size somehow. Alright, we're into Kinsey's account. Let's see. Ooh, 4 sacreds. No, we don't want the clan. I want champions here. No. All right. Python, which is a good start. Well, at least we have one full screen of 60s here. So Python's fully built. No blessings. Fully mastered. Free Rhonda. Fully mastered. And maxed. Not completely booked yet. Speed. It's a hodgepodge. Just to... Was this... I'm assuming this was... using, is this where the optimizer came in? What'd I do? that was just a sweatshirt and two things, and I put them right where in the between the two. Which one? Is it out? All right. Let's see. Crit rate, crit damage. Crit damage is low for this. You're only getting, well, speed is set for clan boss. All right, well that makes sense. 196. The only other thing you could do is swap out. Do you have any gloves? Any crit rate gloves? See, you've got, where are you at here? 9 and 10. So 19. If we threw 2 speed in, if you swapped out your, actually I would probably go do we have anything better here? Speed at 10, crit rate, accuracy, HP. I mean, you might be able to fully set the sets up for her and bump your crit rate, crit damage up a little bit. It depends on, see, if you could do the crit rate with a crit damage boost, that would be a good swap here, just to get one more setting, because you're not really getting anything major wise out of this for speed. Yeah, it's just about farming. Just somebody top on your thing there. Then we've got Achak the Windarin, which is missing some gear, probably through shifting stuff around. There's no ultimate Death Knight. Mausoleum Mage. I've got him, and I've got him set up. I've just never used him. Fane is a monster, and stats look decent for Fane. Maybe a little bit higher on the accuracy. See, there's some good champions in here with Maneater, Skull Crusher. You've got your Dark Elhane. Now, for my Dark Elhane, I actually have her in Destroy gear set. Do a YouTube video when Kinsey finally gets Ultimate Death Knight. Cold Heart. Love Cold Heart. Take her boots to 16 once Artifact Enhancement is released. Gaelic. Gaelic's in need of some crit rate. Yeah, just a little bit of a bump on crit rate. Eventually, you'll start using only 5-star gear, and then eventually you'll only be using 6-star gear. It just takes time to get there. Do you have 2 Kales? Or is it just the one? Just one? 2 Cold Hearts, though. That will be very beneficial, the second Cold Heart. Apothecary. Never did build Apothecary. The one thing with Apothecary that bothers me, this is really stupid, is that Apothecary's face here it's always like yellow, jaundiced, washed out, like he's been eating squash for a month and he's got some blood disease, and then his eyes are glowing. And then you look at his actual icon over here, and it's like it's normal. Like this is, you know, the icon is what he looks like when he's not sick. This is what he looks like when he's on the verge of needing hospitalized. His bilirubin is low. Something very jaundiced. Go and beat the Doom Tower boss. Honestly, if he looked like his icon, I would probably use him. But he creeps me out here. He just looks like he's diseased. There's something going on with him, and I can't use him. Harima. Countess Lix. Still haven't used her. Haven't used it at all, ever. Here's one. Skill of the Drakes. You definitely need to finish building and bring her up into your 60s. She will do fantastic for you in so many different places in the game. From tag team, arena. You probably use her in arena, depending upon what your build is. I end up using mine all throughout. Like HYDRA, she goes into my HYDRA team. That's one I would focus on. Royal Guard is another one. Because of his damage being so heavy, that's another heavy build you can put some time in. I wish I had Venus. Supreme Elhain, you should bring up as one of your next builds. And Gembo the Dishonored. I know he was a freebie, but he's definitely one to check out at his build. Same with Deacon. These are all really strong to take up. I would probably avoid doing anything with Armiger. There's certain places he comes in handy, but I would put him as a minimal priority. But first priority would be skill, then Royal Guard. For me, it would be skill, Royal Guard, and then probably Supreme Elhain, Stag Knight, and then your second Cold Heart, wherever you can use them, then Gembo. There's some decent champions in here that you just need to kind of build out. Some I wouldn't bother with. There's a few in here I probably would never take farther than 40. Like Luthia, you'll probably never use her. Other than Faction Wars, but eventually you'll get better champions to replace. Same with Alaric the Hooded. You'll easily find some stuff to take over. Pig Sticker, same way. There'll be stuff that will trump them before you put a whole bunch into them. Old Gruckus, same thing. There's better champions that you'll probably come by before you have time to build them. You have some in the vault too. Frozen Banshee in your vault at 50. That's one that Frozen Banshee has several uses in game. There's, yeah. Elhain too. I still have Elhain. And Scarg I've never really found a good use for. Paragon, you can use, you know, he does come in handy in Faction Wars. But those are it for the most part. Are these basically just the ones you have built for fusions. Don't underestimate the Guardian Ring either for Faction Vault. Do you have anything in your Faction Guardians? Yeah, you're going to start this is where you'll, like right now, Dark Elves, you don't forget this. They do add, so now you've got an extra 10% HP and 10% attack for any of your Dark Elves rares. I don't know where else you had. So you do have some stuff for your faction guardians. You definitely need to go through and check that out to see if you have specifically rares. And yeah, see, look here, you've got, if you're using rares, don't waste stuff if you're not using them. But you definitely can. It takes forever to go through and try to figure out your guardian, your faction guardians. But you can get, like right now, if you go to just Dark Elves, because you do have 2 Cold Hearts that you've got started to train, and you've got your HELLAPAIN. If you can pick up another set of Dark Elves, and this is where you can farm campaign to get enough to clear this stuff out to fill this in. You can add accuracy, resistance, 10% defense, and +3 speed to your Cold Hearts and your Kale that way. So like if you look at mine, we'll go to, because I still have same thing. I have, and I'm using, I just have multiple Cold Hearts and stuff. But there are Dark Elves, I don't remember offhand where it is, which, it's Undead Horde, Sorceress, Catacombs. There it is, right here. Spirit Host. If you farm Durham Forest, you can pick up another 6 Spirit Hosts. Just from, that's, you just spend, when you're doing campaign building, training, just stick with Durham Forest until you end up with 6 of these Spirit Hosts and throw them into your faction guardians, and you've easily gained another +7 accuracy, +7 resistance, 10% defense, and +3 speed across the board for any of your rare Dark Elves. And that kind of stuff does make a difference. Let's see, what else do we have? So where were we struggling? No, they don't have to be trained. You can just sit them in there. Let me look and see. I know I have, was it High Elves? Yeah, here. In my High Elves, the reason they're all sitting at 11 for all those heiresses and stuff, the reason they're sitting at 11 is because I usually throw 11 training on everything. Just because of campaign, I can take everything to 11 for 3 stars, which is 2 runs through. 2 runs through on those just for champion training events. I train everything. Just 2 runs through for 3 stars. 1 run through for 1 star and 2 star. Then it's basically 1 extra campaign pass, or 1 less campaign pass per stars. So for 4-star stuff, I run it through the campaign 3 times. Yeah, I take everything to 11. All right, one more. We'll take a look here. One more thing. So where are we at? Are you talking about clan boss? What does your clan boss team look like? assuming... Are you at Nightmare? You're at Nightmare, aren't you? Have you not used anything? There, yeah. See, so what do we got? Here's your build. Python, Feign, Skull Crusher. We're getting 9 mil out of that. It's not a... Is it a Toon team? Do you have... It was much worse before. How many turns are you getting? Like, how many turns before it dies off? I know you only have one man-eater, but... See, it feels like even with one man-eater, you might be able to get more out. Feign will do some serious damage. Speed was the issue for man-eater. 20 turns. It feels like you should be able to get more out of just that first man-eater. If he's at 60, where's his speed? 148. You would definitely need more speed. And you would need to book him. You would need to get this booked down to 5 turns. Get his unkillable and block debuffs down to 5 turns. And that will help. And he's got to have some serious defense to keep him alive, not being in a thing. Wait, don't book him now. Like, if you could finish out Maneater and get him booked, I feel like Maneater's going to do more for you than Skull Crusher. I mean, heal reduction's not doing anything. He's got ally protection. Unkillable on him only. You do get counterattack out of him. But, like, his passive's not helping you. I mean, if he's putting in major damage, that's one thing. But you would get more out of Kale. You can get more out of Kale with some speed on the clan boss. Just because of his poisons. And he's at 40% place in poison. The Hex isn't going to help you here. Receive damage from poison. Whenever their allies receive damage from poison. So you're not getting poison. Debuff spread doesn't help you. I mean, if you're using him for a speed aura, that makes sense. But you might... I mean, I don't know. Python... You kind of need someone in there to help protect. You can get more out of Kale. See, like, Kale, if his... Yeah, his crit damage needs to be much higher. And his accuracy needs to be a lot higher. You need his accuracy above 200 at least. And keep his lifesteal's fine. His crit rate needs to be at least 100, and his crit damage needs to be at least 200. And he will hit heavy. 220 for Ultra. Yeah, I feel like you could probably revamp your team just a little bit. And I would try... the other thing is you've got skill, too. You can put skill in there, or... Actually, Python would probably be a better one, but you need a lot more defense on Python. I did that KO for you? Yeah, I would definitely push it. You're way past where we were when we did that the last time. Yeah, the Python needs to be in, or skill. But I would do Python. The reason you put, if you get a crazy amount of defense on Python, if you get Python to about 35, 4,000 defense, he's not going to be in it as far as doing any major damage, but he does have a revive all allies, dead allies, and he's going to help strengthen and block some damage on the team. You could probably get away with, if it was tuned correctly, if you could put Python and Maneater in to help defend the team and revive the team, and then I feel like you could get more damage out of Kale, Fane, and possibly, I don't know, on my secondary account, I do get a lot of damage out of Rhonda. With decreased defense and weaken coming from Fane, Kale is a heavy nuker and laying down poison, and then Rhonda just hitting. Harima too? Where's Harima? Decrease attack, which would help. Decrease the target's defense by 5%. That would help. And provoke's not going to do anything. Enemy ignored defense effects are decreased by 50%. Yeah, I don't know. But I consider it. There's a chance. I feel like if you had a reviver, block damage, unkillable coming from Maneater, and then you're laying poisons with Kale, and you're hitting hard with Rhonda, maybe, and you're getting the most out of Fane for everything. Fane is a heavy hitter, but she's squishy. That's why, as long as you've got someone helping out, she's got poison. She's going to lay poison, decrease attack, decrease defense, and weaken. And she's fully booked, so you're good to go there. And she's set up for mastery. See, I don't know. I feel like you might be able to get more numbers. 300k hits. Skull Crusher too. I don't know. I never really felt Skull Crusher did much for. Heal reduction does nothing. Ally protect, counter attack. It's only ally protect for everybody. Counter attack and unkillable is only for Skull Crusher. And the passive's not really helping. Other than, you know, hitting. But defense needs to come way up for it to really do anything. It's a, I don't know. Kale just seems to be, counterattack's only on him, right? Counterattack on all allies, except this champion for 2 turns. All right, so let's do Skull Crusher then. Skull Crusher, Fane, Kale, Maneater, and Python is the clan boss I would attempt. Just to try. You have 2 Skull Crushers? How many keys do you have? Do you have a key? No key. 4 hours. That's what I would try on Nightmare and see if you can't get higher than. I wouldn't change anything else. I don't want to buy one. We won't waste gems. There's too many other. How much is it? 100 gems. I wouldn't waste the 100 gems. But those are the 4. That's the team I would try. I would swap out. So you've got Python in and Fane. If you do those 3, swap out the other ones. Do Kale and Maneater. For Rhonda, that's what I would do. I would swap out Rhonda. Who was the other one? Who else was in there for you? I can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah. So I would swap your Skinwalker out for Kale and swap Rhonda out for Maneater. Leave your Skull Crusher in. Leave your Fane in. Leave your Python in. But I would set up your Aura, because you're pulling your Skinwalker out. You're going to lose your little bit of speed. I would probably go with not Kale. Maneater? Maybe well. Python's giving you resistance. It's going to help just a little bit. So Fane doesn't have one. Python's giving you resistance. Maneater's HP. Kale is HP. Who was the other one that we had in there? Maneater, Python, Fane, Kale, and Skull Crusher. What's Skull Crusher's? Faction Wars. It's not going to help. Dungeons. It's got to be Python. That's it. You're only going to get Python. But that's where I would try. Better than Kale? It's... maybe. Maybe, but the difference is the damage beyond the poison that you get out of Kale. If Kale's built properly. I would try it. And then see which one's better. But I would definitely get Maneater in. Maneater sounds what?
Ready. How long you want?
15, 20 minutes. Okay. We'll be right behind you. Not that far. All right. Kinsey, there's the account. That was fun. We're going to switch back to my account. Let's see, actually do have some stuff to do today. I'm logging out now, Kinsey. You can have your account back. The takeovers are fun. You can never do that in FIFA. But I do feel like you've got opportunities. Definitely have opportunities. All right, so what was I going to do? Oh, I want... this is where I'm at. I haven't tried this yet. Let's try it on stream. And then I can pull it off of here. I've got... it's definitely a massive improvement. All right, this is the team that's getting me 1 star. I need my 3 stars here for this. And I just don't know if they're fully trained, if we're there yet. Do I need to swap somebody out? Do I need to train somebody? I'm down to 2 factions. There are only 2 factions missing. The 2 factions missing. for 3-star. And the other problem is the other one is... The other faction that's missing is... What is it? It's not Skinwalkers, it's, shit. It's... It's whatever one Ninja's from. What the hell is that? What is Ninja's? Shadowkins. That's the one. That's the other one I'm missing, and that one's a tough one. And I don't really have the champions for it. But Orcs has been a battle too. Would really, really want to hit 3 stars today with this build. And the other thing is I've got, as soon as I can get 3 stars here and it's recorded, I've got all of the faction wars recorded with the teams I used and how I was able to maximize everything. Let's see, what am I doing here? What's going on that we're all of a sudden taking major hits? Shit, once those two go... Let's swap out. So it's only Doom Tower. See, I might have to do that and take out Braga. This might be the better team. I'm 4 months in front. I don't have to wait till this recycles around to orcs. I don't want to have to take... who is that? Sandlash Survivor? I'm going to have to take to 60. I'm going to have to take her to 60 to get me through there. I just don't know who I'm missing.
Solid running down queuing says, what is your fave metal band or song?
Favorite metal band? Like, how metal are we talking metal? Honestly, my favorite type of music, hands down, is what I would consider classic punk. Ska-abilly. Like Social Distortion, like Black Sabbath, that's metal. I would say for me, I would put Clutch in front, and Clutch would be the best. Clutch is my number one. And then behind, I would say favorite song from Clutch. Favorite song live, hands down, is Binge and Purge. Don't even have to think about it. Binge and Purge live is the most dangerous, violent song I've ever seen live. And for Clutch. Beyond that, I would say this is doing better with Sandlash Survivor. And then behind Clutch would probably be White Zombie. System of a Down. I like System of a Down. I've seen them live twice. Better than System of a Down. Live was Korn is always fantastic live. I saw Korn live a lot. You know who else puts on a fan? They're gonna die. Yeah, that did it. That started out so much better. I need to re-gear some of this. It's not gonna work. And Sandlash Survivor needs trained. Damn. Well, that sucks. It's not gonna happen this week. Let's just go back here and get our stuff done for today. Korn was always good live, but one metal band that puts on the best live show ever, they're not even around anymore, is Monster Magnet. Monster Magnet live is crazy. Who's Korn? Korn? Jonathan Davis? Head? We don't know who Korn is? Never heard of Korn. Korn were huge in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Korn were massive. They had some. I'm trying to think of what album it was that went huge for Korn that everybody knows. What album was it? They had a Follow the Leader. Follow the Leader was the album that was big. And there were a lot of songs off of Follow the Leader. What was the main song? Freak on a Leash. Freak on a Leash was the song that made Korn mainstream. Motley Crue. I saw Linkin Park live. I saw Linkin Park live at the same show. It was in Illinois at Ozfest, and I saw Linkin Park. Who was it? It was Linkin Park, Green Day, Marilyn Manson, Black Sabbath. Well, it was actually Ozzy with Zakk Wylde and like two other Black Sabbath members. I can't remember what it was. And at that same, it was a festival. It was like it was a 3-day show. It was like a metal version of Bonnaroo. And I'm trying to remember who else was there. There were two female-led bands that were big at that time. Korn was also there, and Slipknot. I watched Slipknot. That's the only time I've ever seen Slipknot live. All at the same show, and it was like a 6-hour drive. We were there for 3 days, and there's video footage from this because it was the very first time Green Day, they lit the stage on fire. It was crazy.
Running down Thewing says poll on the best heavy metal band.
Who are we talking about? Rachel Stevens? Chester Bennington? All right, is that everything? Did I finish all my stuff? I think that might be everything for today. All right, that's it. We're good. I still have to get my autoplays in, but I can do that on the road. Did I get my keys in too? Yeah, I did. I got at least both of my keys in. All right, let's look at the arena one time. We'll look at live arena. All right, so what is this? I've never played yet. Never played. Do we start out with 900 points? Is that where you begin? So we have to, we pick our, let's go ninja. Let's go for easy stuff. We can get rid of one of his too, right? Mythbane. So can we get rid of one of his? We need a speed lead. All right, we'll put Arbiter in. Now I have to wait for them to pick theirs, right? Okay, so we'll do Arbiter and Mythbane. So I've got 2 revivers. So now we get to get rid of one of theirs, right? Uko's not built for arena. I could put him in, though. Could we do Uko just so we have another speed lead? Where is Uko? Did I pass Uko? Where is it at? Uko. Oh, I took too long. Shit. Apparently I put in Draco. Ban one of theirs. Let's get rid of his heavy hitter. Oh, they took out my speed lead. Pick your team's leader. Let's do Mythbane. Accuracy.
We're leaving the hotel this evening.
Okay. Like 10 minutes is what I'll be doing. Okay. Yeah. All right, what happened? I didn't even see what happened. You only have so much time to do it? All right. So, can you autoplay?
You have a mask?
Let's just auto it and see what happens. I can target, right? We're going to target Demi. There's Demi gone. Let's get Skull Crown out. This is going to be easy. Okay, so that was an easy one. Well, we won. That was fun, I guess. We'll try one more since that went so well. If you lose, you don't lose points. Mr. K-Pack. All right, now I can do this a little bit quicker. We want Python. Actually, let's go Arbiter first. Where is my Uko? Actually, let's pick Ninja instead. Look at the rewards. I'm out. Everything's out. Everybody's literally leaving me right now. Everybody's walking out the doors. I'm driving separate because I have to be at like multiple complexes over the weekend. Mythbane and Python are the two that were thrown in. Python and Mythbane. Alright, so who do I get rid of? Who do I ban? Alright, which one do we ban? We could get rid of... We want to get rid of his speed? Mordu? Yeah. Alright, let's ban Mortu. He got rid of my speed lead. So now, pick my team's leader. Let's do... Attack. Resistance. Let's do attack here. I need 2 speed leads. I think. Okay. Let's just auto this again. Provoke's gonna cause me problems. Who's putting on... Oh, it's... The tower? Is that who he has that's doing the block damage? Just don't get rid of my poisons. Or my, my bombs. Alright. Here we go. Now the damage starts hitting. Boom! Haha! Oh, they left the battle. Once all those bombs started hitting. So what am I looking at? The rewards? Milestone rewards? Who is it? Oh, for 950 we get fragments? How many do you have to get to max him out? Quintus isn't possible until... Shit, 4,000? But you don't lose. You don't lose any points? Yeah, that's going to be addictive. Free legendary. It's just about playing. But you can only play when it's unlocked and opened. I don't know, that's fun. Alright. That's where I gotta go. They've literally just walked out. They left me here. Don't know what happens at reset if you restart. This was fun. Wish me luck this weekend. We're gonna get shit kicked out of us. We don't have a chance in hell. Every team we play over the course of the weekend, I'm taking 2 teams to this, and every team we play over the course of the weekend is like 300 to 600 national ranks above us for both teams. The one team is, I think, around, well, both teams that I'm taking, one is like 1,800 in the nation. The other team's like 1,700th in the nation for their division. And so it's like 17 and 1850 Okay, so that's what that means is that is the 1700th ranked team. There are 1700 teams at that age throughout the United States that are better than this team, which doesn't sound very good when you put it that way. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of teams. There's definitely a lot of teams. So we'll see. We'll see. But the teams we're playing, it's like the team that's 1850, I think they're around there with give or take 20 points. The 1850 team plays the 300th ranked team in the nation. They play the 700th ranked team in the nation and like the 1500th ranked team. So we're, of all those teams, we're at the bottom. Like we're at the bottom. Like, yes, we're nationally ranked, but not compared to everybody else. And then the other team's even worse. The other team, it's like, I don't know, I think the one, they should do it like golf, play with a handicap. Damn straight, we should get like 2 goals before every match starts. But the other team, they only have they have 2 games Saturday. They can only play on 1 leg. The other 2 teams have, the other team has 2 games on Saturday that determine where you go on Sunday. So there's only 2 teams that I know of, and then based on our performance Saturday determines what we do on Sunday. And the 2 teams that we play, one of them's like the 2nd highest ranked team in Illinois. It's we're like 71st in Ohio. Like we're way down in Ohio. And our national rank compared to that team, they're like 1400, we're like 1700. But in both teams are at the bottom of their bracket in ranking. And the way they're seeded, both teams, because we're bottom at their division, we have to play the best team. We're seeded at the bottom. So we're basically the handicap for everybody else. Like we're the Cinderella story. If we do well this weekend, it's going to be amazing because it's not going to happen. All right, that's it. That's where I got to go. Thanks a lot for hanging out. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making videos. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next week. Thanks a lot. It was fun.